For all of my fans of AI slop videos out there, which I'm sure is none of you, I have the perfect social platform for you to join. Sora. It's a new OpenAI social media platform where all of the content is AI-generated videos. It scrolls like shorts, and the videos, when given the right prompt, look concerningly good, better than we've seen before. Most of them are, as usual, just sloppy garbage. But the scariest part about this to me is how some of these videos are being posted all over Facebook, and there are thousands of boomers who believe they are real. This is the most prevalent example right now, this lady jumping off a glass bridge and then a dog saves a baby. Boomers think this is real. They're commenting about how the dog is a savior. So we're cooked. I should have probably said that in the intro. Welcome back to another episode of We Are Cooked. For all of my
Kaboom! Yes, we go. Kaboom!
I wrote 5,000 subscribers' names on my wall. And
Having to stream with one monitor can be extremely frustrating since you can't read your chat while you're in game. Well, after following today's video, your chat and your recent events like your new subscribers or donations or followers will always be as a window on top of your game even when you're playing in full screen. This video is brought to you by Own.tv. Are you looking for new emotes? Then the new emote maker from Own.tv is just right for you. After choosing your starting character, you can customize it further to create a character that looks very similar to you. Then to docs and then to the stream tab, you and then you will be able to select the emotes you want to buy. The more you select, the cheaper it gets per emote. If you're interested, then go to Own.tv or click the link on top of my description to start creating your own emote today. Now, the first thing we want to do is get 2 separate windows for our recent events and our chat, and then afterwards we will show those windows on top of the game. Now, when you go to the settings and then to the stream tab, you see that you can log in with your Twitch account here, since I can disconnect it right now. However, when you stream on YouTube or Facebook, you can't log in here because you simply add your stream key. Now, when you stream on Twitch, you can just go to View, then to Docs, and then right here you will see your chat. Then when it's part of the interface, you can just click on this icon right here and this will pop it out, making it a separate window, which we will later display on top of our game. Now, when you stream on Facebook or YouTube, you need to do it in another way. Now, for those that stream on YouTube, you will obviously recognize this dashboard. And on the right, you can see your chat, right? But if you click on these buttons right here and then on pop out chat, then you will get a separate window. Let's simply click on got it, and then right here we have the same chat window, but then for YouTube. By the way, if it's too zoomed in, you can just click on this right here and then make it smaller. Let's make it about the same size as the Twitch chat. Now, for those that stream on Facebook, as far as I know, it's not really possible to get a pop-out window like this, but there is another way, and I'm gonna get back to it. First, I'm gonna explain the recent events, since that's gonna be the same thing for everyone. So first, go to streamelements.com and then log in with your streaming platform. Right here for me, it already says my dashboard. Now, once you logged in, you should see your streaming channel right here, and then you can just click on activity feed. Then right here you see a pop-out button, and this will give you a separate window with your recent events. So let me close this, let me position it right here. As you see, you can just rescale it a bit like this, and in this window you will see your recent subscribers, recent followers, donations, super chats, everything like that. Now, there is another way to show your chat in a window, which is more customizable if you want to make it look a bit different on the side of your screen, maybe another color or another text size or stuff like that. And this also works for Twitch, and it gives you more customization of the way the chat will be displayed on top of your game while you're playing. I'm gonna show it with Twitch. So it's with the same website as before, Stream Elements. Just log in with Facebook or Twitch, and then on the left, instead of going to the activity feed which we just added, you want to click on My Overlays. Then you want to click on Create Blank Overlay, and then change this resolution to custom, and then make it 500 by 500. Click on Start, start, then on the bottom click on the plus icon, go to stream tools and then your streams chat, and then instead of repositioning and rescaling it, just go to the left and then go to position, size and style, make it 500 wide and 500 high, and then click on center widget. Now this window here will display your streams chat, and I'm gonna show you. This is the Twitch chat, so let's type something, let's click on enter, and then you will see it appearing right here. Let's type a few more messages, and then I'm gonna show you how to change some things. So when you go to text settings, then you can change your font here if you want, and you can also change the size, which is pretty useful, but don't make it too high, and then click on center and replace. Then you want to click on create, which we just did with Facebook or Twitch, and then on the left, instead of going to the activity feed which we just added, you want to click on my overlays. Then you want to click on create blank overlay, and then change this resolution to overlays. Then you want to click on create blank overlay, and then change this resolution to custom, and then make it 500 by 500. Click on start, then on the bottom click on the plus icon, go to stream tools and then your streams chat, and then instead of positioning and rescaling it, just go to the left and then go to position, size and style, make it 500 wide and .500 high, and then click on center widget. Now this window here will display your streams chat, and I'm gonna show you. This is the Twitch chat, so let's type something, let's click on enter, and then you will see it appearing right here. Let's type a few more messages, and then I'm gonna show you how to change some things. So when you go to text settings, then you can change your font here if you want, and you can also change the size, which is pretty useful, but don't make it too big, because otherwise the text will soon create multiple lines instead of one single line with people's message. You can also go to settings and then change the theme here. For example, custom deletes the background and only shows you the text, which theme here, for example, custom deletes the background and only shows you the text, which can be useful to show it on top of your game. And the white theme right here just changes the background to white. Now I'm gonna change it to dark chat to make it easy to see. Once you did this, you click on save on the top right, you give it a name, for example Twitch chat in my case, you click on save, and then on the top you will see copy overlay URL. Just click on that and this will be the URL that will display this chat. So now I can close this browser window. Let's reposition things. So this was my Twitch chat, this is the YouTube pop-out chat, and then the thing we did now works for Twitch and for Facebook. And if you want to get pop-out chat, let's reposition things. So this was my Twitch chat, this is the YouTube pop-out chat, and then the thing we did now works for Twitch and for Facebook. And if you want to get it as a separate window, there are two ways to do it. First of all, you can go to View, Docs, and then custom browser doc, and then here you can write Twitch chat, for example, and then paste the URL in the second column. Now click on apply, and that will create a separate window right here that you can also position in OBS Studio by doing it like this, but you can also pop it out and then rescale it a bit, and then you can overlay this on top of your game, because that's the thing I'm gonna show you right now. Just to show you that it works, when we type something in the Twitch chat, which we've added before, you will see it appearing right here. So one more time to recap everything. This is the recent events, and this works for everything. It's on Stream Elements, it's the activity feed. I've explained this. This is the same for everything. If you stream on Twitch, you can just log in OBS Studio and then go to View, Docs, and then right here go click on chat, and that's this separate window. If you stream on YouTube, you just pop out the YouTube chat in your studio, and this works for everything. It's on Stream Elements, it's the activity feed. I've explained this. This is the same for everything. If you stream on Twitch, you can just log in OBS Studio and then go to View, Docs, and then right here go click on chat, and that's this separate window. If you stream on YouTube, you just pop out the YouTube chat in your studio, and that will show it right here. And then this is the Stream Elements chat overlay, and this works for Facebook and for Twitch. So I'm gonna continue with the Twitch chat and the Stream Elements activity feed, which will work for every. Everything. And to show this on top of your game, you need to download a program called See-Through Windows. Just search for it on Google, and then the first link will be the program. Scroll down to the bottom and then download it for Windows. Here you will probably have a 64-bit system. Just click on it, go through the installation, and when you're finished you will find it right here. Now keep in mind that when you click it, it will open in the background. So you need to click on this arrow, and then this is the program.
Yo, what's up, guys? So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I wanted to get groomed as a kid. So, I know that people probably say this is like a bad thing. And I think it probably is in most cases. I think it just depends on the person. It depends on the situation, really. But I was just thinking about my points because I remember being a kid and like thinking about this kind of concept, and I like kind of was excited about the idea of it, but there's like some details to it that I have to explain. So don't get the complete wrong idea. I have to explain it. So I'm going to start explaining it. But basically, like when I was a kid, like when I was younger, I kind of just liked girls, and I still do like girls. I still do like girls. But I just like pretty much any girl that like I wasn't like related to for the most part. Like I just liked them. Like I just thought they were pretty and stuff because I don't know. I think maybe there was like, I don't know. I think I was like, you know how most kids, they're like, most like little boys will be like, ew, girls, like gross. And then girls will be like, oh, boys are stupid, like ew, boys. I was like a little kid, and anybody that was like from my age to like age 40, I was like, yo, they are so hot, bro. But as a girl, they have to be a girl. So I was just thinking about this, and I realized that maybe I was onto something else. Like I was on like a different understanding than most people. So let me explain it. Basically, like I had like teachers in school, and I forgot how old I was. I think I was like 6. I think it was 6, maybe. And I had this one teacher, and she was bad. She was pretty bad. And I like really liked her and stuff, and I really liked when she would like come over and like whisper in my ear while I would do my homework or whatever I was doing at school. And so she would like come over and she would like be nice to me, and I would like talk to her and stuff, and I would draw her pictures sometimes. And so I kind of just thought she was like super bad. And basically I thought about it, and I was like, I kind of like her. And I was thinking to myself just now, I was like, honestly, if she like pulled me aside and was like, yo, you want to go hang out in the teacher's lounge, and then like she like kissed me or something, or it was like, I don't know, something like that, along those lines, like something more tame along those lines, honestly, I wouldn't have said shit. Cause like, I don't know, I think it would have just been kind of lit, and that would have given me some like crazy aura, and I was like kind of down bad, I think. So I wouldn't have cared. Like I would probably just keep it to myself, I think, for the most part. But this girl, or the one teacher that I'm thinking about right now, I think she had a family. She had a family. She had kids, she had a husband. I just didn't care. I don't think that was a good thing, obviously, because like that's against God. But I just like, I didn't care. I was just like 6 years old, and I did not care about that. I just thought she was super hot, and I was low-key okay if I got groomed. So this also happened with like when I'd get my hair cut, depending on who was cutting my, obviously they had to be attractive, right? Like there was rules to who was allowed to groom me or not, because they had to be attractive, they had to be a girl. and it obviously couldn't go too far, right? Because I didn't want to
Why
lose
didn't
my
the
V-Bucks.
founder make
Like,
the
I'm go-
walls bigger? You might think that since there were food shortages on Paradise, making the walls wider would have helped. More land could mean more farms and more space for people, right? But that's not really the case. First, the area inside the walls was already huge. In one of my earlier videos, I calculated the total space, and it turned out to be even bigger than Texas. The problem wasn't overpopulation. It was that the southern regions were too cold for farming. Still, they had enough land to grow food and survive. The real food crisis only began after Wall Maria was breached, when a huge number of people had to move into Wall Rose. Second, as confirmed by Isayama, the Wall Titans were once humans. That means to build bigger walls, more Eldians would need to be sacrificed. And if they tried to expand the walls across the entire island, they'd probably have to turn almost the whole population into Titans, leaving no one behind to actually live inside. Why didn't the founder make the walls bigger? You might think that since there were food shortages on Paradise,
And if you guys just simply want your Twitch chat box right here on the side where you can read it, you can go to the settings in the bottom right, go to the stream tab, you can
program. You can right click and exit it, which you need to do every time you want to close the program, since it goes to here when you close the interface. Or you can click on every time you want to close the program, since it goes to here when you close the interface, or you can click on options. key, etc. And when you click on preview transparency, then this window will become the transparency that you've selected right here. So this way you can easily test what you would like. Don't make it too transparent, because otherwise your chat will go to the background on your game. So just make it something like this. This usually works. Then make sure that these two checkboxes are enabled. Disable the preview transparency, and after that, when you know your hotkey combination, you can just close this, since it will stay open right here in the background. So let's go back a bit right now, and right now it isn't clickable, it isn't selectable, it's just staying there, as you see, on top of any program. When I open my browser, for example, it will stay on top of everything. You can do the same thing for this right here. Ctrl P in my case, also not clickable, and this is perfect. Now keep in mind, if you want to get the window back, since this is part of OBS Studio, right? This is the Twitch dock that we added in OBS Studio right here, but if you disable the chat and then you enable it again, it will still be transparent. So the only way to get rid of it is to close the program, which will